Hi, a really small thing for someone absolutely basic of building of model from EPP with carbon reinforcement with carbon wire or carbon stripes. But trust me, actually many modelers ask me how you glue carbon wire in a EPP wing or fuselage, because if I try it by my way, it is with horrible result. So how you make this easy and basic thing? How you glue carbon reinforcement in the EPP or Elapor and etc. EPO wings? So if you are RC modeler with many experiences, probably this video is not for you, but maybe for someone it could be useful. So some basic instructions. What is really necessary is a flat table without any distortions. Yes, every time if you will glue flat wing, for example half a wing or fuselage, every time glue it on flat table, because if you will glue it only in your hands, you can easily glue it in bended shape, or just bend. You will bend this wing, and if you will glue it bended, this is just actually not reparable. Yes, it's reparable, but with big damage of wing or fuselage. So every time on flat table. Next, if you will cut in the wing for the wire or for stripe, carbon stripe, be sure your knife is sharp. This is not really sharp, but for this video it's okay. Imagine this is wing, yes, and not will cut into big depth, if you understand me. So for my English, cut only in depth, I don't know, 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters, yes, and you can, but this is not necessary, you can mark line with alcohol pen, permanent marker, but this is not necessary. You can cut it with ruler without line, or with ruler and line, or without ruler and with line. This is your way, yes, your selection. Line is okay, but of course if you will glue it with instant glue, acrylate glue, you cannot remove this line later. But this is EPP airplane, some 3D aerobatic airplane or something similar. So I think black line of carbon is nice and just this is not problem. So I will cut it without ruler or guide, only with line, and only 2 or 3 millimeters in depth. If you are not sure about your hand, strengthness of your hand, you can help yourself. You can glue on your knife a small piece of wood, for example, ply, etc., and this small piece will make stop for your knife for right value of your cut, for right depth. Not depth. Sorry, I think you understand me. So you can glue a small piece of wood or ply, etc., or you can just put your finger here and cut only to your finger. But of course, if you have a finger on this way, you cannot see on your line. So if you make tens and hundreds cuts like me, you will just make it just by hand without any problems. I will try make it. Yes, only 2 or 3 millimeters. No rocket science, just cut it. Not through wing, yes. If you will cut it through wing, this is not good. And if you will cut it in more depth, for example 1 centimeter, this is not good for strength of wing in the future. So only 2 or 3 millimeters. And now someone apply or put glue, instant glue, quinoacrylate glue on the cut and install wire on the glue. I think this is the wrong way. I hate this way. Yes, I think much better way is if you will easy without glue put wire to your wing, in your wing. You can help yourself if thickness of a wing will help you. You can just easy bend the wing and put a wire in the cut. Only really 1 millimeter or half millimeter under surface of the wing. Yes, this is not good. If you will push wire 1 centimeter inside, this is not good. Just only on surface. Again, check flatness of your wing. If could be flat, of course. Some wing maybe must be bended. But if your wing should be flat, so check your flatness. You can help yourself with second side of knife and just put it inside. Again, if you will make it only in your hands, you can easy glue it, bend it, and your wing is actually maybe destroyed. So check your flatness. And now about glue. I use 2 glues, thin and medium quinoacrylate glue. Actually this is thin glue. Actually my new thin glue is really thick. So imagine that this is thin glue. If you apply medium glue now directly on the wire, of course it will hold, but sometime, depending on thickness of your glue and density of EPP, sometime it is glued only on top side because glue is too thick, only on top side of wire, and inner is without a glue. So we need more strength connection between wire and wing. So I use thin glue. Thin glue will disappear in the wing. This is okay, but of course thin glue is not too strong for this opinion. But quickly after apply a thin glue, use medium glue and only with a few drops in steps put drops on the wire. And medium glue goes, I don't know how to say it in English, medium glue goes in the way for in wet EPP is wet by thin glue, and medium glue goes inside in same place when is thin glue. Sorry, I hope it's understandable. And now I will, with some piece of paper, etc., I will just remove top side of drops from the wing. Still check flatness. Two important things. Number one, be really careful about thin quinoacrylate glue, because thin quinoacrylate glue can easily go through all your thickness of your wing. 2-3 centimeters of cutted EPP, no problem for thin quinoacrylate glue. It can go through all thickness of your wing and can glue your wing to table. So be careful about that. If you won't be sure about this, so put under your wing some sheet of some plastic foil, just some material which could not be glued by this type of glue, quinoacrylate glue. This is one thing. Yes, really, thin glue could be dangerous. One time I glue maybe 3 or 4 centimeters thick wing. I glue this wing on my naked legs. Yes, and it was really crazy situation, and my wife was really laughing maybe 2 or 3 hours. So be careful about thin quinoacrylate glue. And second thing, yes, I use activator for quinoacrylate glue, but if it is not necessary, don't use activator. Don't trust that connection of quinoacrylate glue is same with activator like without activator. No, connection or final result of this is much better without activator. Of course, sometime is activator necessary, but in this case my recommendation is just wait 10 or 15 minutes and don't use activator, because final result will be with much bigger strength. Ugh. So, thank you for watching, have a nice day. Sorry for my English again. And yes, really basic thing, no any rocket science, but I hope for someone it could be helpful. Thank you, see you later.